Renée Edwards recently joined the Heldrich Center as Associate Director of Program Implementation. Prior to joining us, Renée was the Associate Director of the Education and Employment Research Center at Rutgers University. She earned her doctorate in political science and public policy at Washington State University. She also holds a master's degree in comparative politics. Renée specializes in policy and program implementation and assessment and has spent the last 10 years working in research, evaluation, and implementation at the intersection of education and the workforce. Her areas of interest are innovation and equality in education. She is interested in understanding how policy affects teaching, learning, and educational career success, and how policy and programs impact and are impacted by the social environment around them. You recently joined the Heldrich Center for Workforce Development as an Associate Director of Program Implementation. Please tell me about your new role at the Heldrich Center and the projects you will be working on.
So I'm about 2 weeks in. There's probably a lot to my role that I still don't fully understand yet. But one of the projects that I know I'm going to be working on is the Certified Community Healthcare Worker project, and that is with the New Jersey Department of Health Services and Division of Aging Services. And it's a fascinating project because it really is, evaluating the community health worker training programs and sort of researching some of the big problem areas. Retention has been a big one. Pay, we know, it's been a big one. And hopefully there's other areas that we don't know about, right? And so that's one of the things that's exciting about a project like this, where you get to do, a lot of research into, is you really do get to understand what some of the issues that you didn't know existed and what some of those issues are. So I'm looking forward to that.
What has been your greatest achievement in your career? What or who helped you to succeed?
When I started my career, actually prior to starting my career, I remember when I was still finishing my PhD program, people asking me, like, what do you want to do? What are you going to do with this degree? And my answer was always, I just want someone to pay me to read and write. Is that a thing? Because I want to do that. And so I feel like ultimately, of course, that was sort of a flippant answer back then, but ultimately, I think that's what I do. I'm a researcher. I'm in program implementation. I'm an evaluator. I read a lot of literature. I do a lot of research, and I write a lot. So for me, really, it's been an achievement to just kind of see those goals realized. I really do have a passion for what I do. Who helped me to succeed? Oh gosh, they say it takes a village, right? I would say that I really started out swimming against the stream in a way because I just kind of took leaps in starting my career. I moved to New York City kind of sight unseen. I had no idea what I was doing or where I was going. In finishing my dissertation and making that move, my committee chair was so supportive of me. And I just feel like champions along the way, strong women that really just helped me see that I could achieve my full potential.
What does Women's History Month mean to you?
I think that Women's History Month is a great time for us all to reflect on, how far women have come, but really how much further there really is to go. My first fellowship was at the National Council for Research on Women in New York City. And we would talk about and do research on, many issues important to women and women's equality. And I wrote a dissertation on, comparing feminist policies in this country and other countries. And what's somewhat remarkable to me is that a lot of those issues that I studied so much, writing my dissertation, researching policies and working at the National Council for Research on Women, those issues, we're still talking about those issues today. The things that, still had a long ways to go, quote unquote, back then still have a long ways to go. And so we have made great strides. I mean, some of those issues obviously are things, that have maybe not fully been resolved, but have made great strides. But a lot of those issues are still talked about today and still things that need to be, just have a long ways to go.
Which women, either living or deceased, inspire you the most?
This is such a great question. I've been asked this question before, and it's something I have actually reflected on. I think my answer has always stayed the same. Amelia Earhart is someone who has always come to mind when I think about that. And it's probably not for reasons that people would expect. Amelia Earhart, everyone thinks of her as, daring and adventurous and a risk taker, kind of all the things that I'm not. I'm not very daring or really adventurous. I always signal when I change lanes. I'm kind of risk adverse. But the thing that really, my father was a pilot. He's since retired, but he used to fly all the time. And he was a bush pilot in Alaska. And one of the things that I know about pilots is that they're very meticulous. They're kind of perfectionists. They're planners. And so for me, I feel like Amelia Earhart is a testament to the fact that women who are truly groundbreakers, they really just start out by plotting a course. And so it's okay to feel like you're not doing something truly groundbreaking and to just sort of plot a course day to day, and that's okay too.
What can people do to celebrate Women's History Month?
So I think here, it's really just be aware of the issues that women still face today. There are still a lot of them. A big one is social norms. What is considered normal for women in today's society to do? We still have a lot of work to do in that area, and understanding that it's okay, and not only just okay, but it's amazing that our little girls be everything that they want to be and do everything that they want to do. And so really just continuing to work in that space of transforming social norms for ourselves and for our children.